This is Kashawn, and welcome to My Two Cents. When I was a little girl, my family would take me to the circus, and I loved it. It was wild, it was chaotic, it was dark. We had our lightsabers. There was a guy with a top hat. There was some crazy guy in a cage with an animal, like a tiger or a lion or something. You had monkeys, you had elephants, you even had clowns packed into a car. It was really just amazing as a child, but it was very chaotic. So, fast forward many years, and here I am in a position where I'm about to probably be married. And so I'm breaking this news to my family. And I go to my mom to tell her the news, and her response was classic. It wasn't the response that I was expecting, but it was interesting. She looked at me with this face of, why would you want to go and do that? Like as if I told her I was about to join a circus, right? And so I had all these preconceived notions about my mom and how she had lived her life, and unfortunately, a lot of self-righteousness. So I didn't quite ask her detailed questions about how she had arrived at the position in life she was in and why she had the perspective she had. But she did manage to share these things. She said, I never really wanted to get married. I always thought it was just a lot of work. And she said it with this dread. So halfway into the conversation, I really did sort of start to tune out because I couldn't relate to, her lifestyle or what she had chosen. So fast forward, here I am married, and things are coming at me from the left, from the right. Me and my husband are under all these attacks. And I'm thinking to myself, this is like a circus. And I couldn't help but to think back at my mom's face. And I thought to myself, I really wish I had listened more intently to what she was trying to share with me. Just because I didn't share the same perspective as she did, and I am happy I made the decision that I did, it still would have been very valuable to hear her 2 cents, on why she arrived at the decision she had made. And it brings me to a story actually in the Bible. And this is one of the things that I really love about Jesus' character is his interactions with people. When he met a woman at the well, that in usual times he wouldn't even speak to her, but he did speak to her. And when he tried to reach into her soul and share spiritual depth, her response first was religious. And he tried again, it was religious. And then he dug a little deeper and approached her about her life. He asked her, go get your husband. And so she looks at him and says, well, I don't have a husband. He said, you're right about that. The truth is you've had 5 husbands. The one you're living with is not your husband. What you say is quite true. Now, the interaction could have come across as being really rude, but the woman was honest. And even his reaction was humble. He didn't judge her. He acknowledged the fact that she was actually an honest person. And moments later, you see this woman do something that most people would not have done. And the fact is that she had impact. She went into a town and literally drew the whole town to the truth, right? Because that's really what Jesus represented. He represented truth. Truth approached her, she went into the town, and she drew people to the truth. And this was what this woman had to offer. So when I think back at that interaction with my mom, I can't help but to wonder how many times in my interactions with just ordinary people or people in my life that are close to me, how many times do I actually dismiss or tune out during the conversation because I don't see the value in the 2 cents that they might have to offer me. And with that being said, that's my 2 cents in this video, which of course I would love to dedicate to my mom. She's no longer with me, but I appreciate it. Thanks, Mom, and thank you for watching.